Working with Ron Howard is just fantastic. It was fantastic on the Beatles and it's been fantastic on this. He is a great collaborator. We collaborate a lot on ideas and we share ideas all the time. And he also gives us the freedom to create in our own fashion, to use our instincts at times, and to be able to bring our, what we are good at as a team individually to the table, to the fore. So it's always a wonderful creative pie. Ron and I have developed a really nice rapport backwards and forwards, and we understand each other very easily, and when he says something I get it straight away, and when I'm explaining what I'm doing he gets it straight away, and it's been wonderful. Well, Pavarotti has such amazing history within opera. He was somewhat of a Johnny Appleseed of opera in the way, in the second half of his career, he really brought it to the masses. And it's very difficult to portray in the film, is that his voice, when it came along, was one of those things that doesn't come along very often, and opera aficionados know that. So in '61, when he hit the stage, those people who'd been going to Modena to hear opera singers, the locals or people from out of town, come in and sing, they were used to a certain level of opera talent. And then when he hit the stage and he hit his first high C, you can hear in the piece the audience are like shocked. There's a ripple that runs through the whole audience at the end of it, and somebody starts clapping, which is something you don't do. You don't applaud in the middle of a song, but such was the shock of them where, wow, that was different. So he had that impact when he took the stage, and when people first heard him, he had that impact on the opera world, and obviously instantly blew up into an amazing star. My father had spoken to him a couple of times on the phone through business, my father does, and he had told me he was a very funny guy, and a guy that was really fun to hang out with. So I definitely wanted to make sure we got that across in the film, and I felt that I was looking for those moments when we were looking through the footage to support the film. We were looking for those moments that really draw you in to his personality. It was wonderful having the connection with the family, and we sort of have a really lovely relationship with everybody. The daughters and Adwa and Nicoletta. We really formed quite a nice bond through this thing, and hopefully a bond that will last beyond the film. But it's really special to have them in the film, and I don't believe, it's my understanding that I'm not sure that the girls, that either Juliana, Christina or Lorenza have ever given interviews before. So I believe it's an exclusive. So again, we're even more privileged and honoured to have them included in our film. We've had some screenings of the film, and what was really beautiful about it was that the younger generation that came to see it, some of whom I was able to talk to afterwards, was how the film sat with them and lasted with them, and that they were now listening to Pavarotti at home. They were playing Ave Maria in the car. I think this film will transcend generations. I think this will introduce somebody to people. I think what we've made here is not a story about opera or anything like that. It's a story about a person, and it's a person that is so enticing. When he starts talking, you're immediately drawn in. It's almost impossible not to be. And what we were able to do was take some great recordings, and with the help of Decca, get some of the 24 tracks, and we mixed at Abbey Road, which was another fantastic thing to be able to do, and obviously with our fantastic sound team, with Chris Jenkins at the helm, was just take this music and bring it to the audience in a way that's never been done before, using the Dolby Atmos technology as well. We can present this film in a completely unique way, where you can really like pinpoint his voice and see his voice and count the molecules, as it were. I would hope he would feel the same way that we feel as filmmakers, in that that we told an honest story, and that we did represent his life, and we did manage to capture his essence as a human being. We managed to capture his voice and the work he put into creating his voice, the joy he spread in the people that he came into contact with, and the joy that his voice brought to people.